I'm about to create a lot of anti-fans with this video. Like, a lot of you are gonna get pissed at this video. Well, why are you watching in the first place then? But you have to think about it. This is a public video, and I'm not talking to you personally. This is not a one-on-one session. So whoever chooses to watch this and gets triggered, if the shoe fits, wear it, honey. That's what I always say. Anyways, guys, this has been pinging me, so it must be a message that a lot of people need to hear. And so if you're in a third-party situation, and let's say particularly, sorry, I'm trying to open this protein drink, but it's playing with me right now. Let's say you're dealing with someone's husband, okay? Let's say that you are dealing with a married man, and you believe this person is your soulmate or twin flame or whatever label you have given this person, okay? Because there's all kinds of names, like karmic, like whatever, okay? Now, what are my credentials speaking about this topic? Well, I don't think people have to have credentials to speak about things that are like, that need to be talked about. But so I'm a shaman, and in my profession, or it's not even my profession, it's like my life, right? I advise people. I give divinations. I help people with all kinds of situations, whether it's a relationship issue, marital issue, financial situation, whatever it is. So this is where I apply my gift, and I guide people on their journey, right? And one of the, like I said, one of the areas that I help people in is the relationship issue. And, aside from that, I'm an oracle too, right? So I can see things beyond what people talk about. Meaning I see things beyond the physical. So that means that just because something presents itself as something, it doesn't mean that that is the truth of that thing, okay? So that means that I see things beyond, above and beyond. So a lot of the times where people talk about things being a specific way, it's not that, right? That being said, a lot of people talk about somebody being their twin flame or soulmate or whatever. It's not that, okay? But listen, the reason why I'm making this video, again, don't feel attacked. Well, you can feel how you feel. I can't control how you're going to feel from this video. Again, why are you watching in the first place, right? But yeah, so my credentials are that I this is my area of expertise because I see the truth of the situations, and a lot of people really get into delusional situations. That's just the truth, okay? Now, because this is not a one-on-one, I'm obviously not assuming like what your situation is specifically, but hear me out because I'm going to give you a very pragmatic piece of advice. If you're dealing with someone who is someone's husband, and this is not about morality issue either. I don't care to police your morality, okay? Like if you're out there, people like dealing with people that are like cheating on their wife, whatever, like do whatever you want. I really don't care what you do, okay? I'm just talking from a standpoint of like, I guess your well-being, your welfare, your mental health, but also you protecting yourself as well and not like falling for delusions and your own delusions even. So let's take the spiritual aspect out of this, okay? Because that's one thing that I love to do. Although I'm a shaman, yes, although I work on the spiritual level, okay, cosmic level to be more particular, my objective really is bringing you information that's going to help you ground yourself on a physical level because it really doesn't matter what happens on the spiritual level. It doesn't matter what happens astrally, cosmically. If the physical realm is showing you showing you stuff that's not matching what you feel, right? Like you could have a spiritual connection with somebody. I hope that silence is not going to disturb my audio. You could have a spiritual connection with somebody. Give me a second. Making sure it's not showing the label because it's not sponsored. You could have a spiritual connection with somebody and this person could like be treating you like crap, right? That being said, you heavily believe in this person who is someone's husband is your twin flame or the love of your life. Let's say that that is even true, right? But what is this person showing you? Okay? Okay, they could be promising you the world. All right, how long has it been? What is the proof? Okay, what are they saying? Okay? What are you doing? What is your plan? Are you going to wait around until this person leaves their wife and their children and their family or whatever? So are you waiting until this person comes to you? Because obviously they can't bond with you right now because they're married, right? And you believing this person is the love of your life, your soulmate, and I'm sure you believe that the wife is the karmic connection or whatever. Okay, so let's say that is true. So what? Because physically, she's the one that he's married to, right? So you guys can't really be together aside from him cheating on her with you. So I'm just asking you, what are you actually doing with your life? Again, I mean that very literally. Like, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? What is your goal? What is your plan? Are you just waiting around? Like, cause for now you are the side chick. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you feel. I don't care what he's telling you. I don't care that he's telling you he loves you, that he doesn't give a crap about his wife. I don't care. We're not talking about what he's telling you. We're not talking about what you're feeling. We're not talking about what your coochie is telling you. I'm not talking about what your heart is telling you. I'm talking about like reality, the facts, the fact-based information. What is that showing you? What are you to him? How is he showing up for you? Okay, there are all kinds of situations, okay? I'm telling you, you're not in a one-on-one session with me, so I'm not talking to you specifically, but listen to this. Especially if you're in a situation where you're like waiting around because you're so convinced this person is your soulmate, that you're meant to be together, and you're so convinced you guys are twin flames and soulmates, and the wife is a karmic, okay? So how do you preserve or prove that to yourself? How do you preserve yourself waiting around for that? How do you preserve evidence for this type of situation? And the reason I'm talking about this is a lot of people waste their time and energy, especially years of their youth, waiting for someone who's actually not showing up for them on the physical level. Okay? If this person was truly for you in the physical realm, okay, he would have already either one. I don't think he will be emotionally available, honey. I don't think that's someone who's really right for you. Although this is really about what you believe about yourself, okay? Because you're always going to settle for what you believe about yourself. So if you believe that you're only for like emotionally unavailable men, because married men are emotionally unavailable. So, that's just a harsh truth. They're not available. Like, they might be like sexually available, but they're not emotionally available because they have like responsibilities, right? This is about facts, not your feelings. So, if you believe that the only the men that are for you are emotionally available men, and you're willing to wait around for however long, and you're willing to just go by what he's telling you, right? Because you guys might have the best chemistry and intimacy, but that's still someone else's man, right? So if that's the reality that you're okay with, then fine. But most people have motive. Most people want to be the wife. Most people want to be the number one. Most people don't want to be the background person. Most people don't want to be the mistress. Most people don't want to be the side chick, right? So if you want to be the wife, then you got to ask yourself, why are you then going for someone who already has a wife? Because you're already second to this person then, right? If this person was truly meant for you, they would be not married. And if they were, because sometimes shit happens. Sometimes people really get into the wrong situations. Really. Like, that is also a thing. This is why I say this with no judgment. I'm only saying this to people who need to hear this because they're wasting your time. They're wasting... Okay. So, this person is telling you whatever you want to hear, to keep you around, and if you're settling for that, and because you think the sex is good, maybe he's even paying for stuff for you, okay? If that is good enough for you, then settle for it. But if he wanted to really wife you up, he would have already divorced her, okay? He would have given you a time frame, and he would have really abided to that. But it's like, at what point are you going to stop yourself and say, okay, like, what am I being delusional right now? Okay, at what point do you start questioning yourself? Are there any parts of me that's like being unrealistic? Because at the end of the day, the only person that's being compromised is you. Okay? Literally, he has nothing to lose. He's got the wife at home who takes care of everything for him. and then you over here looking beautiful or whatever, like whatever ways that you fulfill him, you know, sexually, maybe emotionally, like maybe really maybe the bond with the wife is maybe really over, maybe really there is no emotional connection there between them, right? But so you like offer yourself as like the girlfriend, the fun girlfriend who's like this fresh breath of air, and you offer yourself to him. um he's not missing out on anything. He's got his cake and he's eating it too. So the only person who's being compromised here is you. And what's the incentive here? Like you're waiting around to what eventually? There's like he's gonna leave his wife. When? When? Okay? When is he gonna leave his wife? So again, if the reason you are staying around waiting for someone to change their life, the trajectory of their life for you, is because you believe this person is genuinely your soulmate, I need you to do this at least. Like, try to at least not put your own life on hold, okay? Because you know, if something is meant to be, it will be, right? So if you believe in that notion so much, then do not commit yourself to this person. Do not fall for this person. Do not like put all of your eggs in one basket, because you never know what someone is capable of, like what someone could do to you. No matter how much of a real thing you guys have together, you never know what someone's motives are, okay? Even if you hear the motives, you can really convince yourself into your own delusion, okay? Because I've seen cases, I'm telling you that this is, I've seen so many situations like this play out in different ways, of course. So like every situation is different. But I've even seen situations where like the guy is like telling this mistress, hey, I like you are the true love of my life. Like I really want to have a life with you. I really want to start a life with you. And then he will impregnate her and then still not divorce the wife. And then I've also seen situations where he will leave the wife for her, for the mistress, but then he will also cheat on the mistress. You see, when a man cheats, that is his character, okay? Like, the man who's really loyal to the values of himself, to the marriage, the vows he made in the marriage, he is not only going to be respectful of the vows he made, because he respects himself, but he also respects you enough that he's not going to put you in that situation. Like, that's the man of principle. That is a principled man. Okay? But again, I'm really not here to police anyone's morals. People can do whatever the hell they want to do with their life. But I'm speaking to women who waste their time because they believe this man is their soulmate, and so you're willing to waste your years of youth and this is critical years in your life waiting for a man to come into your life. And how do you know this man's not going to do the same thing to you? Okay? Specifically when you add the spiritual aspect to this and think, well, we're twin flames, you know, twin flames are always meant to be, like, cause we have a tendency to like romanticize the situations. Like if someone is not available, it must be because, oh, it is because of the twin flame situation. It's because they usually have to learn what love is through me, and therefore it's gonna be difficult in the very beginning, but then I teach him, I heal him, I help him, and then he treats me like the goddess that I am. Like, this is how a lot of women think because of the spiritual principles, like new age spiritual principles about like twin flames and the love and connections and soulmate connections, not realizing is that at the end of the day, what you're dealing with in front of you and what makes the components of your life is the physical aspects. It doesn't matter what you feel spiritually. It doesn't even matter that you guys have a soulmate connection. So I'm not denying the connection you might feel, okay? Again, that's a very personal experience, right? So I'm not going to deny or make you think that, oh, that's what you feel is not real, because obviously what you feel is real, but real has its levels. There's levels to real, right? So you got to be able to come down to earth a little bit. But like, what are your values? What are your values? Are you actually, you know, are you okay with just waiting around for someone as long as, you know, they keep promising you the world and they're here for you, you guys are in a relationship, you're okay with settling for that, you know, with a married man, like that's fine too. All I'm saying here is that if you have specific types of expectations, then ask yourself, are you trying to force this person to fit that narrative of the fantasy you're creating? Okay? Because it's, again, that's, people lie to themselves. People delude themselves into this illusion of the relationship when it's not physically there. What is the point of a soulmate connection if this person is not even like making you the wife? What is the point of your spiritual connection to this person, or you feeling like this person is the love of your life, when the reality is not matching up to that? If you were truly their love of their life, you will be the wife. They would immediately make you the wife. And of course, you could say, well, life isn't always like, easy like that. Sometimes you got to go through the process. You got to fix things, like divorce, the legal stuff is all complicated. Okay, of course. But that's exactly what I mean, though. So knowing all those complications that exist on the physical level, you're willing to compromise on that in the name of love? Like, you're willing to waste your time and wait around for a man who's not fully here with you because you value your spiritual connection that much. Like, so that means that you don't value yourself enough. You are putting this man and this connection on a pedestal that you're willing to wait around and put your own life and potential on a pause. That's what you're doing. If that's what you're choosing to do, then that's what you're choosing to do. But the reason why I'm making this video is I think some people just need to hear it in a very, in a tough love type of way. It's especially dangerous in spiritual spaces because so many things are romanticized. So many toxic things are romanticized. So much of like emotional unavailability, or like just availability in general, or rather, no, unavailability in people, like that's romanticized. When someone is not available to be with you on all levels, you have to know how to walk away from that. You have to know how to like honor your feelings. How you feel is how you feel. You feeling that strong connection and pull to somebody, like that could be true, but that doesn't mean that you guys are meant to be together on the physical level. It really, people like love is not black and white. Love is not relationship is not love, which is why a lot of married people are having emotional affairs, because obviously they are like relearning what love is, right? But marriage is also a different type of like level of commitment we're talking about, because it takes more than love to make a marriage last. So that's different. So maybe that's also another factor why you're confusing yourself, that you're willing to compromise, because it's like you're making excuses for this person. It's like, okay, I understand you married this woman, but you don't love her. I understand that, like that happens. And because, you believe all his sob stories, he talks shit about his wife and you believe that, you take his side. Be for real. Let's be real here. And of course, if you want to come and gain insights from me, you're welcome to, I'd love to help you, because that's what my gift is. I can see things for what they are. But if you are committed to seeing something in a very specific way only, then I cannot help you. No one can help you, honestly, other than people who feed into your false hope and delusions. Because when you're already convinced that something is this way, it's confirmation bias. It's self-fulfilling prophecy. So you're only going to look for information that matches that belief that you have. Okay? Again, something is only a dysfunction when it is a dysfunction to you. So if you're okay with waiting around and being someone's mistress, then like that's fine. But this video is specifically for women who are confused right now. Because your feelings for this person are real. You might even think that this man's feelings for you are real. Like, you can feel the love to be true, but then it just doesn't seem to match up. There's too much like confusion, aches, gray area. Like, this person is not like marrying you, or like they're not getting rid of the other person. So you're confused. I'm talking to those people. So if you watch this video and you feel like, basically, I want you to just think about how you're willing to serve yourself and help yourself on the physical level, in the physical reality, not spiritual. Because what we're experiencing is the physical, not spiritual. Your spiritual experiences are your own thing, but physically it has to match up too. What's the point of having a soulmate connection when it's not even showing up for you in a physical way? What's the point of having all these romantic feelings when the other person is not meeting you there and then helping you contain that? So it's time to have some honest conversations, guys. And again, I hope this video makes you think about some things. And if you want to get a one-on-one with me, feel free to book a one-on-one.